Here's the thing about people. They don't appreciate what they have until it's gone. They walk around like they've got all the time in the world, like they can just take you for granted, push you to the edge, and you'll always be there, waiting, loyal. But that's where they're wrong. They don't realize it now, but the second you decide to walk away, the second you finally cut the cord, is when they'll start to feel it. The pain of losing you? Oh, it's coming. They just don't see it yet. But trust me, they will. And when it hits, it's gonna hit hard. See, they got comfortable. They thought you'd stick around no matter how they treated you. The disrespect, the neglect, the lies, they thought you'd just swallow it all and stay quiet. And maybe for a while you did. Maybe you bit your tongue, held back, told yourself that things would get better, that they'd change. But deep down, you knew. You knew that this moment was coming, the moment when you'd finally say enough. And now, that moment is here. They think you're still the same person who tolerated their nonsense, their half-hearted apologies, their empty promises. They have no idea who they're dealing with. Because the person you are now, the one who's been through all the pain, the betrayal, the disappointment, you're different, you're stronger, and you're not afraid to walk away anymore. And here's the twist. They won't realize it right away. Oh no, it'll take time. At first, they'll brush it off. They'll tell themselves they don't need you. They'll act like they're fine, like losing you didn't affect them. But give it a little time. That's when the cracks will start to show. That's when they'll begin to feel it, gnawing at them, eating them alive. The realization that they had something rare, something real, and they let it slip through their fingers. They'll go about their days trying to convince themselves that they're okay without you, but deep down, they'll know. They'll feel it in the quiet moments, when there's no one around to distract them, when they're left alone with their thoughts. That's when the regret will kick in. And it won't be a gentle whisper. It'll be a scream, echoing in their mind, reminding them of everything they lost. Because here's what they didn't understand. You were the real one. You were the one who cared, the one who gave everything, who stood by them even when they didn't deserve it. You were the one who saw them for who they truly were, flaws and all, and still chose to stay. But they took that for granted. They didn't see your worth. Or maybe they did, and they just thought you'd never leave. Either way, they're about to learn the hard way. Soon enough, they'll start comparing everyone else to you. They'll meet new people, sure, but it won't be the same. No one will have your loyalty, your strength, your ability to forgive even when they didn't deserve it. No one will fill the void you left. And that's when the pain will start to seep in. Slowly at first, like a dull ache. But before they know it, that ache will turn into a wound that never quite heals. They'll pretend they're fine, that they've moved on, but every time they look around, they'll be reminded of what they had and lost. Every little thing will remind them of you. Your laugh, your presence, your support when no one else was there. And they'll start to question themselves. What if I had treated them better? What if I had shown them the respect they deserved? Would they still be here? Those questions will haunt them, day in and day out, because they know the answer. They know they could have done better, but they didn't. And now it's too late. They'll try to reach out, maybe not right away, but eventually. They'll send a message, make a call, try to act like they didn't mess everything up, but by then, it'll be over. You won't be the same person who waited for them to come around. You'll have moved on, grown, thrived without them. And that's going to eat them alive, because the version of you they once knew is gone. replaced by someone stronger, someone who doesn't need their validation, their half-hearted apologies. And let me tell you, the pain they'll feel, it's gonna be unbearable. They'll try to distract themselves with other people, other things. But none of it will fill the emptiness. None of it will bring back what they lost. They'll wake up in the middle of the night, haunted by the memory of you. And that's when they'll realize the magnitude of their mistake. They thought they were hurting you by neglecting you, by disrespecting you, by taking you for granted. But in reality, they were setting themselves up for their own suffering. Because now, they've lost the one person who truly cared, who truly mattered. And that's a pain they won't be able to escape. It'll follow them, a shadow they can't outrun. You, on the other hand, you'll be free. Free from their games, their manipulation, their lack of appreciation. You'll be thriving, building yourself up, becoming stronger with every step you take away from them. And they'll see it. They'll watch from a distance, unable to reach you, unable to be a part of your success. And that's when the regret will hit them full force. They'll wonder how they ever let you go, how they could have been so blind. But by then, it won't matter. You'll be too far gone, too far ahead, leaving them in the dust of their own poor decisions. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? They thought they were breaking you, but all they did was set you free. Very soon, they'll feel the pain of losing you, and it's going to hurt like hell. But that's not your burden to carry anymore. That's their weight, their consequence, their regret. You're done carrying the weight of their mistakes. You're done waiting for them to see your worth. Because now, you know exactly who you are, and you know that their loss is your gain. They'll feel the pain, and when they do, they'll wish they had treated you differently. But by then, you'll be long gone. Too far ahead for them to ever catch up. So don't worry, don't look back. They'll feel it, the emptiness, the regret, the pain of losing you. And by the time they realize it, you'll be so far ahead that there'll be nothing more than a distant memory. That's their karma. That's their lesson. And you'll be free.